copies and paste correctly. Let's take a look at this here. There we go. One sec. Live. Algo. Cool. And let's see. Elliott Wave. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. All right, got that tweeted out finally. So let's see what else we got here. Let me get this here. There. There. And there. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in here this evening. Really excited and happy to have Paul with us here this evening for our weekly Elliott Wave show, riding the waves with John and Paul. I've got Paul on the other end joining us from Colorado. Paul, you out there?
Yeah, hey John, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a good weekend. Gearing up for tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, we got a full week ahead tomorrow, and we're joining you guys here from South Carolina. Beautiful South Carolina today. Nice day for the beach, and looking forward to a fun trading week this week, guys. We got a full trading week ahead, and maybe we'll start to get a little more volume, but we'll have to see how that comes in at the beginning of the week here. So, but in the meantime, guys, looking forward with Paul here tonight. So tonight, Paul's going to talk about how he picks winning wave counts, and I think it'll be a good one, guys. Great strategies. You guys can apply that potentially to your trading toolkit, and hopefully you guys find it helpful. But before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market on Friday, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening and what might be setting up going into tomorrow. And then I'm going to hand it over to Paul, and he's going to show how he picks winning wave counts and give you some examples of those too. And then if there's time left over, guys, we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so we've got SPX here, guys. Ended up closing up about 7 points here. Green on the monthly chart. Weekly chart back to green again, so we close with the green week here. And McClellan Oscillator back over the minus 100 level, so kind of keeping us out of that kind of crash territory type feel to it. And then we hit fresh all-time highs again, right? We got a little bit out of this consolidation zone. This could be a pause day, right? So we'll see how that goes going into tomorrow and the rest of the week. Elliott Wave count on the market, a couple different ways to potentially count this one. I've got it as an ABC right here. I think you do a WXY type move here. I've got kind of a 1 ABC wave 2, and it looks like we're working on a impulsive wave up, right? We kind of have this 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle. We might see a wave 5 going up into wave 5 of 3 going up into early next week, right? But we really just kind of need to see the price action on this one and see how it goes, right? So this could be the end of the wave right here, right? You can see 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, and this thing just might be kind of like 1, 2, and we could see a wave 3 down, right? So we just have to kind of see what the price action looks like going into tomorrow morning, right? So in the meantime, let's take a look at the S&P futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. So S&P futures a little bit cranky here tonight. They had it looks like a rough weekend. So we broke down out of a couple geometric lines here going into tonight. So let's see how that holds, right? We're actually getting pretty close to we're testing Friday's lows right now on the real trading hours. So we just flushed below it right here too. So we're down 14 points right now. So let's see what this market has in store going in for tomorrow. Like we said, if we start to turn back up, we can put a fresh geometric line there and then kind of see where we're going. But nice momentum drop here out of 2 geometric lines here this evening. So some fun futures trading tonight. So let's see. We'll see what they have in store for tomorrow. It could be very, very interesting. So good stuff, guys. Once again, we're really happy to have Paul here with us here tonight. We're going to take a look at how Paul picks winning wave counts, right? And he's going to show some examples of some winning counts that he put out there in our group this week. Paul runs the Elliott Wave group in our Discord in our group. So if you guys are interested and you like the way he looks at charts, definitely check it out. Check out the links in the description. You can join up with us in the Discord. He also does a bubble report, or he also does a morning report in the morning, which we call the bubble report, right? Get in the golden zone. And Paul puts out 2 fresh wave counts off of his Discord watch list in there each morning. Some of the ones that he really likes, and going into the next morning. Right, so those come out every market morning by 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. And so he gets some great finds in there too that really help members of that. So be sure to check out that link there too. So anyway, guys, without further ado, here I've got Paul joining us from Colorado. Paul, how do you pick winning wave counts?
Hey, thanks, John. One thing I look for is where price is related to the algos. I like to look for 618 retraces, and I like to look for a clean 5-wave count and a 3-wave down, and then hopefully a bounce and we start going up. Nice. But a lot of it's just the actual wave count.
Didn't you say
This
that
first,
you like to keep some names on your watch list that are setting up for that are getting close to the 618 things like that?
right, right. It looks like they're in an ABC, and we're watching for the bounce out to 618. In this example for Zoom, we had a 3-4, and then we had a 1-2-1-2, and both wave twos happened to be 618, also called the golden corners. But whenever I see two 618 retraces, that's usually a pretty good sign we're going to get a push up. So, like in Zoom for next week.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Yeah, and I know you found a great pullback on that one the other day that really launched the next day.
Yeah, that was probably the first 618. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
nice.
price goes right down to 618 and then boom starts going up.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes it hard. You know, these things get going and you just want them to keep going, but it's like they start to pull back. It was like snow, like not too long ago, where it was just like it had this big breakout candle. It's like, hey guys, you got to give it another day. It just stinks. That's the hardest part about trading sometimes.
Yeah, snow kind of stalled out, but it's looking good.
Nice.
What's This is ATVI, and they had a big sell off for earnings. But this was a WXY, which is a ABC, ABC, ABC. So we had a complete WXY. Price came down into the golden zone, and then we got to move up. We got a little wave too. It looks like it's coming down in the 618. So this was an easy pick for next week. Hopefully, we'll get a wave three,
Great. Yeah, let's keep an eye on ATVI.
TVI, and then Tilroy. We've been watching this one for a while, but I like how we got a completed zigzag here. Got A, B, and C, and the C wave is 5 waves, and it counts pretty clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
A move up, and then a drop right into the golden zone, and we're getting some buyers coming in. So we're still a little bit below the 8 EMA, but be looking for this to get above the 8 EMA and start wave 3.
So this one always amazes me when it gets going. It's like, really, it's actually going this time. So let's keep an eye on that. See if it gets. That would be great if it could get moving.
Yeah, it's a fake out name for sure.
Yeah.
This was an interesting one. The same idea as CLNE. One thing I do look for is just a completed correction, and this is 5 waves for A, 3 waves for B, and then we had 5 waves down to complete the C wave. And then we had a close just above the 8 EMA, so this is a good prospect for next week.
Nice. CLNE. That's been a kind of a Reddit name. So let's see if that one's ready to get going.
Yeah, let's see. So Klein and WFC, I like this.
Wells Fargo, one of the banks. I like it. Let's take a look.
This is just one of the banks, but this was a really pretty count. It's another WXY, ABC, ABC, and you can see this A is a nice impulsive 5-wave move down. And then we had this impulsive move up, wave 1, then we went to the 382, and then we had wave 3. We came back to the 382, and it looks like we're going up in wave 5.
Nice.
Might get a short-term pullback next week, but overall it's looking like a pretty good count.
Cool.
Let's see, what else were we looking at? Space.
All right.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. We had these zigzags here up top, and it was kind of difficult to count. Really wasn't sure what was up, but this move right here is a real obvious wave 3. So we probably got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this can be counted as an ABC. So it's possible the correction's in. This is in the golden zone. It's possible we're going up from here for space.
Let's keep an eye on space. Nice. Yeah, they had an interesting go, right, with the launch into space. Everything's cool, and then they dropped off of that, and then they had earnings, and it was a big miss on earnings, but they're going to charge $450,000 for a flight into space. So there you go. Most of us regular folks should be able to enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, get an installment plan. That sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Because can we get zero negative interest rates on that, please?
Yeah, I'll take it. All right, so here's space. Let's see what else were we looking at for next week. Marriott, I was kind of liking. This is another WXY.
Wow, that definitely looks like a complex correction right there. Just that sloppy sideways action.
Yeah, and it's tricky. You can see how it counts out, though. This would be an ABC for the W, then another ABC for the X.
Yeah.
And then the same thing here.
WXY,
ABC.
WXY. Wow, that's complex right there. Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of zigzags, and I don't have the line on here, but we did come back in wave 2 and kind of retested the upper line here.
Yeah.
Right at the 618. So this is a good prospect for next week.
Nice.
And this is an oil name. I was liking this count XOP. We have a pretty clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 retraced exactly to the 382, and that is something I look for when you get price going bouncing right off these algos. That's a good sign that the count is correct. So we're looking for a wave 3 and XOP next week.
Nice. Yeah, we like a 382 on the wave 4.
Yeah, yeah. And those were the ones I was looking at. This was something from the bubble report last week.
These are some winners that you found last week, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We were looking at snow, and it had a real bullish count 1212, and so we put it in the bubble report. And that day it did, I believe, a 10-point move if you bought the dip right here. But it was a pretty nice bounce.
Great. Nice find on that one.
And I think I got one more RBLX.
Roblox, yeah, that was a great find too the other day.
Yeah, this was good. We were looking at this, and this was a retrace to the 786. But one thing I look for, like you were saying, is a completed correction. And this had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves complete to finish this wave C2. So we were expecting an upshot here, and we got a huge move out of that the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love how it was in the corrective channel too, guys. We've talked about corrective channels here in the past, guys, and I think it's really important. We've done even a whole separate series on channels. I mean, it's just really important to draw those, right? Just so you can get kind of a feel for where these waves are going, right? So once you start to poke out of those corrective channels, right, it's usually giving you signs that hey, this trend is changing, right, or the correction or the impulsive wave is changing, right? So they're very important to keep an eye on.
Yep. So we'll be watching this next week. We came out of the channel, then came back, kind of went back in, but we're going to look for a bounce out of the golden zone next week.
Cool.
But so, yeah, that's about it from the Elliott Wave corner for now.
Great find. Yeah, I've got a couple on the radar going into next week. Let's say like the futures are already bouncing a little bit here. They got a little bit more downside action and kind of bouncing here. But one of the one that's kind of on the radar for next week is Caterpillar. So yeah, so Caterpillar got a really big corrective move right here, which is kind of interesting. And they had a nice beat on earnings. Right, nice, and then they were down after that, right? So I think this thing just kind of getting beaten up because it had such. If you kind of zoom out here and so you can see what we're looking at here. So I mean, look at this thing had such an epic run up right here. It's bound to get some sort of corrective wave. So it's possible, right, that this could be an A, B, right, C type move, right? If you finish that, kind of a zigzag move, it's kind of a truncated, wave C right here. But it is possible, right, that that Caterpillar could be gearing up for a move up. You kind of have this one A, B, C wave two. We kind of have this 1, 2 type feel to it, right? And we'll see if this thing's ready to go. So keep an eye on Caterpillar this week. Let's see if it can break out and kind of get going. And the other one I've got on the radar this week is Roku. Right, Roku looks like it gave a nice ABC corrective move right here. We kind of have this ABC pullback after it finished. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep an eye on it, right? See if it starts to get strong again and is ready to go. Otherwise, right, it could be working on some sort of double top, and let's just see how it holds prior resistance, right? So that's another one to keep an eye on too. But those are the ones that are on my radar. And other than that, guys, at this point now, if anybody's got any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and another great trading day tomorrow. If we don't get to all your questions or chart requests, be sure to tune back in tomorrow night for the lightning round where we typically get to all of them. So, again, either way, guys, we'll take a look. So we'll go from there. So Options Rock sending a few in early via Twitter. Paulie's got PD on the radar. PD.
PD. Okay, let's see here.
Papa Delta.
Wave basis here. Okay, so for PD, let's see. We go to a daily. I haven't really counted this one in a while. It does look pretty sideways, like we're in this kind of box here. But this does look like it looks like an ABC, like we have an impulsive move up and then a 3-wave B down. And then we're trying to start an impulse up here. So I would say this would be one of those ones just to watch and see if we can get a move up here.
Yeah, get any volume, get any price action. Nice. Good find on that one. Okay, cool. And Jorge sent one in, too, from the crypto corner. We've got Fourth on the radar.
Fourth. Oh, I didn't know that was crypto.
I think so.
But, yeah, I do have Fourth here. I did a little count on it. We have a 5-wave move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is on a 2-day, so you can get the whole count. But we got this impulsive move up, 3, 4, 5, and then we had a move down. The move down is not that deep; it didn't even hit the 50%, so it's possible we could get an A, B, C before we go up again.
Okay. So potential pullback on that one before things get going. Nice, good find. Thanks, Jorge. Really appreciate it. And Shirley sent a few in here via email. We already looked at SPCE, but let's take a look at Twitter. Twitter.
I do have Twitter. Let's see. I had it in an uptrend right here. It looks like it's getting ready to do probably another pullback, like we had a wave 1 and probably a wave 2, and then we'll be going up in 3, 4 like that. So it looks like wave 1 is in, and I would expect a little pullback with Twitter before we start going up again.
Cool, nice find. Great. Thanks, Shirley. Really appreciate it. Grace, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at Apple.
Let's see here. This is a great triangle for Apple. Let's see.
I'm getting tight.
Yeah, we've been watching this for a while. We had our big wave 3 up, and then we had the classic triangle A, B, C, D, E. And so E could go all the way down to about here. So I would expect a little bit of a down move before we finally get this push up for Apple.
Yeah, down first before a move. Nice. And Grace, you've also got Tesla on the radar. Let's take a look at Tesla. Now, we profiled that all last week, guys. And one of the things that we looked at, right, was the possibility for this wave 4 pullback on it. And we thought it was going to be a wave 4 triangle, but it was kind of a deep retrace on Friday, right? So we'll see. That's on the shorter term time frames, but let's see how that goes.
And yeah, there's a couple ways to count this, and with this candle, I'm starting to think that wave D just finished, and we're going to get a wave E and then up. There was talk that the triangle could be finished right here, and we were going to go up from here, but it's one of those counts that could go either way, and it's looking more like we're going to come down before we go up again.
And that's the weekly chart, right?
This is a weekly, yep.
Nice. Yeah, so watch out. It could be doing a more of a, kind of a macro pullback. And, honestly, guys, until they can come up with some sort of reason that Plaid spontaneously combusted, right, I'm still a little bit sketchy on Tesla. So, but let's see how this little pullback goes, at least from this week. Maybe they try to buy the dip off of that one. So let's do that one. And we may as well take a look at Amazon, Grace. So let's take a look at that one, too. Guys, Amazon is... interesting, right? We looked at this one last week, and we talked about the possibility of getting that little wave 5 finish, right? And so let's see what you got here now. So it looks like the wave 5 might be in there.
Yeah, I like Amazon. We had the A, B, C, and the C was a clear impulsive move down. Then we came up in a wave 1. We came down in a wave 2 right at the 618. So I'm bullish on Amazon. I think we're going to get a bounce out of here.
So keep an eye on that, especially at the open tomorrow. See if they start really plowing into though. And then the next important thing is to make sure they hold it, right? We've seen a lot of moves recently where they just push it up in the morning, and then it's back down like by 11 o'clock, and it's like I thought it was getting ready to go, right? That type of thing. So definitely interesting to keep an eye on there. I think Amazon did that the other day. So Samar, what's going on? Yeah, we already looked at Tesla, but you've got Goldman Sachs on the radar.
Let's see. One of the banks. Let's see. We had a really big push up on this.
Yeah, it was a breakout move on Friday.
Yeah, this is my 2-day count, so the candles are pretty big, but the overall count I like. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going up in wave 3. On the shorter term,
it blows my mind, like to see these banks going up on this on like low interest rates and the Delta variant. But I mean, I guess they're thinking eventually maybe rates are going to go up and they can make some profit. But what's crazy about the whole thing is these banks keep on making money, right? It's wild. It's amazing. It's like they don't even have interest rates are making money. So it's like wow.
Yeah, so we had this move up pretty big candle. I think we're probably still going to keep going up for GS before we get a pullback, but we'll see.
Nice. And the Ness has got Loco on the radar.
Loco. Let's see, I know I don't have that one. All right, looks to me like we got an impulsive move up here and then a ABC pullback and another pull up. For now, I would have to say this is still sideways until we can get an impulsive move up right here, but not a real clear Elliott Wave count on it so far.
Yeah, it looks like it could be doing some sort of harmonic in there, but that's pretty tricky. It really needs to move. It gives some rough price action on the intraday there. But good stuff. Good. I appreciate the Nest. And Shreya's got Wow on the radar. Let's take a look at Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. We talked about this last week, and it finally, look at that. It got going there on Friday.
Yeah, this is a daily. So, yeah, we did get a nice move on here. Just looks like an impulse up, probably a 1-2. And this looks like it's finishing a wave 5 right here. So yeah, we're still going up. We still have this third wave to finish. So more upside for wow.
Nice,
Nice.
good, great find on that one. And
Yeah.
John Turner's got Trip on the radar.
Trip. Let's see. Trip. Okay, now this looks like a good count. I would suspect this is probably a 1-2.
Yeah, we looked at this a few weeks ago, and it did give us a nice move, and then it kind of just pulled back again.
Yeah, we have this is going to about the 618 here, or actually it's in the golden zone. Then we have a wave one up. It looks like we're starting a wave three here. So yeah, good find on this one. I like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
impulse up for
good. Let's see if
Trip.
it's getting ready to go. Nice. And then John Turner's also got Mit K on the radar too. I've seen this. A couple folks asked about this one recently. Mit K.
Let's see. MITK. Oh, let's see here. I got a daily on this. I would say this looks like a three wave here. Let me see what my count was on here. I would say we're probably finishing. That looks like a four wave. We're probably finishing this move up here, this wave three. Then we'll probably get a four and a five. But it looks like this is a wave four. So we're probably going up a little bit higher before we start coming down again.
Nice. Definitely want to keep an eye on there. Brandon, what's going on? I know you got Zoom on the radar. We looked at that earlier for a potential 1-2-1-2 on that one. How about the Qs, Paul?
Qs, let's see here.
The Queens.
Rolled up. Okay, they look like they just came out of a triangle. I think I had this. Let's see. We go to a small time frame. Yeah, so I had queens. They came up wave three, triangle four, and then we're going up in an impulse, and it looks kind of like we're at coming to the top of a wave one right here, wave two, and then we should probably get a wave three starting Monday or Tuesday for Qs.
Nice. And how about gold or silver?
Let's see. I do have GDX. Let's see.
You got GDX, yeah.
GDX. We had
Ooh, yeah, he's like, wow, I know a lot of these names got a big pullback last week. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we had this impulsive move up, and this wave five happened so quick. It was just
Yeah, they just gapped up and flushed it. It was crazy.
Like in the first 5-10 minutes of trading, went boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I have this. We came down, and this does look like a leading diagonal, and we're kind of down at the bottom here at the 786. So hopefully we'll get a push up for GDX.
Nice. And Luis Amigos, what's going on? Good to see you. You got Tesla on the radar, which we looked at a couple times here, and Disney. Let's take a look at Diz.
Disney. Let's see.
I know you liked this one the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, Disney. We had a 1-2, and then we had this impulsive move up. You can see the wave three. So I'm pretty sure that we'll probably get some kind of pullback in a wave two before we start going up again.
Before we get going, nice, good find on that one, and good, appreciate it, Luis. And Muku's got Ride on the radar, RIDE. Do you think it's reversal time?
Let's take a look. I haven't seen this chart in a while. Huh.
Woo! That's gotten beaten up pretty hard.
Yeah, we went through support here. We're under the cloud. We're under the 8 EMA. I can't say I see a sign of reversal yet.
Yeah, if you did it now, guys, you'd be guessing, right? And if you got it right, you'd be like, yeah, I did it. But just because it's down, that doesn't mean it can't go sideways down there for like months, right? So wait for some impulsive action, wait for some breakout clues, look for some retraces, and see if it's really getting going with some good volume, right? So it looks like we got earnings coming up on it, so let's see how that goes. But just a little bit of caution. But it is kind of beat up right there, so we'll see how it goes. But be very, very careful with that. So some good stuff there. J Moss, what's going on? Good to see you. You got APT and NVIDIA on the radar. APT is interesting because of all the masks, right? That all, new schools opening up and stuff are starting to require, and NVIDIA, of course, is NVIDIA.
Yeah. So APT, we just look like we're in a sideways move here. Don't really see a sign of an uptrend yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives these big spikes right on news, and then it just kind of comes back down. And how's NVIDIA looking?
Let's see. Oh, let's see. NVIDIA.
It's pretty good. We got a little move. This is our trade of the week last week. It gave us a little bit of a move up 4%. So now we're going to see if it gets any more follow through up there.
Yeah, this looks good. We had a wave one, wave two came down in the 618, and we're in an impulse up. This probably looks like maybe a wave four. So I'd say we are still on wave three going up for NVDA.
Nice. Okay, we'll see if NVIDIA can keep going. And guys, we're getting pretty close to 8 o'clock here Eastern Time, so we're probably going to run through a couple more and just grab one each, right? We won't be able to get through all of them here, but really appreciate the request, guys, and the questions. Really great stuff. So, Michael Phillips, what's going on? Good to see you. Got mRNA on the radar. Is this monster ready to pull back at all?
Yes. Yeah, we had this was an interesting one. I remember I was looking at this. I believe we had our 3, 4, and 5 in. So this is probably likely the top of wave 3, and we could be looking at a wave 4 pullback here.
Okay.
So I'd be careful with this one. It looks like it possibly topped.
Nice. And Philip, you got APP on the radar.
Let's see. All right. Good. I'll go to a 4-hour here. Let's see. Let's see. This looks like an impulsive move up, and then we're having some kind of ABC down. I mean, there's no real sign that we're going up yet as far as fib wise. We're at the 786, but no sign of for a bullish bounce yet. It looks like we're still going down in this one.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. There, good stuff right there. And Activision has destroyed their reputation in the gaming industry. That's a good point, Philip, but it doesn't mean it's not going up, right? So Boeing, I think, pretty much destroyed their reputation in the airplane manufacturing industry, and they still continue to give us big bounces, right? So just keep an eye on the price action and see how it goes from there, right? So Samir, what's going on? You got Tilray and Disney on the radar. We checked those out already, but let's take a look at MU, Micron.
Okay. Let's see. Looks like MU. This was another interesting one. We had our wave going up and we kind of stalled out here. So I don't know. I would say this is either going to come back and do a quick retest, or we're going to get a more substantial correction before we start going up.
Yeah, MU is a tricky one, but a retest and a bounce would be nice off of that one there too. Good stuff. Thanks, Samir. Really good stuff. John Turner stinks at you about calls. Nice. I love it. So let's see if that gets going there. And then Steve's got Neo on the radar.
Yeah. I like Neo. Okay. We had our wave went up, then we had our ABC. So this could still come down into the 618 before we get a bounce, but this would be a good one to watch this week and see if we get this pulled down into the golden zone, and then we should get a wave 3 up.
Nice. Okay, let's see if that can get going there. And cool one. You've got help with the leap call. Let's take another look at Beam. BEAM. I know we looked at this last time. So, oh, look at that one. That really got going there.
Yeah, let's see. We did get a nice pop.
You liked this one last week, too. Coolant mentioned it last week, and you're like, that's a pretty good count on this one, and it really ripped.
Yeah, it looks like we had an impulsive move up and then an ABC down, 1, 2. So it looks like we're an impulsive move up. This is probably something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'd say we're in wave 3 here.
Nice. So yeah, so just looking there, right? It looks like wave 3. I would say that 140 level, 135 level is going to be pretty important, right? And that could happen, sometime before September. So that's something to look at there. Maybe who knows? Maybe like a debit spread, like a 130, 135 debit spread, if they have it available, is something to look at, in future months, right? To see if that can kind of hit that target. So that's something to look at there too. And Mookie, we only got time for a couple more here, guys, so we'll just take a couple of these. But Mookie's got PayPal on the radar?
PayPal, let's see. Okay, looks like PayPal came down, wave 2, close to the 50, and it looks like we started to bounce up. So this one will be a good one to watch next week for a possible wave 3.
Nice. Philip, yeah, APP, we looked at that a little bit ago for you. And John's got XOM on the radar, and I think you looked at XOP earlier.
Looked at XOP. Yeah, I don't have a count on XOM, but let's see new drawings. This looks like this is probably a wave 4 right here, and this looks like a wave 1.
1, 2.
I would say there's a good chance we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good chance for a wave 3.
Cool. Yeah, let's see if oil's ready to get going. So if the banks start moving up and oil starts moving up, right, they could really move together pretty strong. So let's keep an eye on that there too. GG, Netflix on the radar, and Zoom we looked at a little bit earlier, but because definitely check out the Zoom one that we looked at there. Reed, what's going on? Good to see you. I hope you're doing great. And Kalani, Hawaii, what's going on? We got to take a look. I'm looking at all the ones you're requesting there. We got to take a look at AMD. What you think, Paul, on AMD?
Okay, let's take a look at AMD.
Finally, somebody requested it. We were talking about that before the show.
Yeah, this was a pretty amazing move. We had a really big wave three here, and then we had a pullback, and this A wave looks like a five wave move versus a three, and then we had a push up for B, which implies a zigzag count. Let me get a better picture here. So what I think is going to happen, A, B, I think we're going to get a wave C down to around 103, 104, and then we'll start going up.
Nice. Paul's got a bullish count. I love it.
Yeah, semi-bullish, I
Well,
guess. Yeah.
kind of, or bearish count, I guess. Yeah, it's like Paul's got a bearish count. It's rare. It's rare to get a bearish count, but that was it. Yeah, we're expecting when they get extended like that. A lot of times we do look for those pullbacks. So good stuff there. In 2020, gold futures getting smoked. Nice. So yeah, let's see if gold can get down to back to 1,400 for us, and maybe back down to 1,000, so we could really buy the dip on that one. That would be really interesting. And one more, guys. Angela's got one there. He's got AMEH on the radar, and asking where the next support level might be.
AMEH. Let's see.
Afraid I'm not too familiar with this one.
Let's see here. This is probably going to be a fib support. Let me get some count on here. So if I drop my fibs on here, right now we're at the 382, and this is going to be a wave two. So we're likely going to go down to closer to something like the 618.
Closer to 618. So
Probably
382 could hold. 80 whole number could be an interesting level right there. Other than that, right, look for the deeper retrace to the 618.
Yeah, which is 5810 for the 618.
Yeah, so keep an eye on those. Good stuff. Awesome. Great request tonight, guys. Really appreciate the questions. Like I said, guys, if we didn't get to your chart request tonight, be sure to tune in tomorrow night for our lightning round where we typically get through all of them. And really appreciate Paul being here tonight, going through the wave counts. If you guys like the way Paul counts waves, definitely check out our group, the Discord. We got a bunch of Elliott Wavers in there, and Paul does a great job of you bounce Elliott Wave counts off, and whether you're new or whether you're experienced, can really help to have somebody like Paul doing that. And guys, Paul, Elliott Wave is like is not necessarily a science. It's more like an art, right? And so you really got to have a feel for it and kind of an understanding of how like waves look and what really looks like it's going to get going. So that's kind of one of the hidden things about it, and it really helps to have somebody who's experienced like Paul kind of help out. So it's a great asset in the group. So definitely check that out, guys. Check out our Discord. Links are in the description. But Paul, again, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. Good show. Good times.
Awesome, guys. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning for the Good Morning Market Prep video. And hope everybody is able to tune into that. So be sure to check that out here on YouTube and check out our Twitters there too, so you can see our other posts that we do in the morning as well. So hope everybody has a great night. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe.